Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Modern Toy Fair. This week we're going to take a look at the Mezco 112 Joker figure. Let me take the slipcover off the box. We can just take a quick look and see how everything turned out. As you can see, they have the big purple J, looks kind of like should be on a playing card. Bottom has the DC logo, top has the Joker written on it, and then the Mezco 112 logo. Side has that J again with the website at the bottom. The opposite side is pretty much identical, except for the website is switched with the 112 logo. Bottom, as usual, does have the barcode information. The top, as usual, does have the Mezco 112 Collective logo. And then the back, which is a little different than usual, they just have one single image of him posed with a background. And then when we open up the front flap here, you will see they definitely put a little more effort into this. The artwork here, let me get this in frame, looks a lot more impressive than it has with the Flash and Reverse Flash figures. It definitely has a lot more detail. And then we also, as usual, have the open window, so that way you can see the figure if you're a in-box collector and want it up on your shelf. So now let's crack him open and see how he turned out. Doo-doo! Alright, here he is out of box. As you can see, they have a ton of detail in this figure. Everything from the cloth suit to the details in his face. As you can see, they have a lot of wrinkles there for his smile and at his brow line. His eyebrows and his hair are extremely detailed with different shading and individual sculpted strands. Also have a lot of detail there in his ear. You can see all the different shading. Now we are going to look at his jacket. It is very lightweight, so that way it doesn't make him look too bulky with the vest and undershirt underneath. It doesn't have any wires or anything to make it posable. It does also remove, so if you want to have him adjust his undershirt and the vest, you have that option. Pants are the same material. If you hike him up at the bottom, you will see he has these awesome Batman socks, which was a cool touch that they added. His shoes have a ton of detail as well, everything from the laces to the stitching. Gloves do have a lot of detail with stitching and also what looks like a little clasp to keep the gloves on tight for the Joker. Now we're going to take a look at the articulation. He does not have the usual head joint that most of the other Mezco figures have. His head and neck are all one piece and they snap into his collarbone and shoulder area. He still does have quite a bit both backwards and forward motion. He still turns 360 degrees both ways. And then he does have quite a bit of tilt side to side, which I do like. Now with the arms, still about 90 degrees sideways there for us. Backwards and forwards, it goes 360 degrees, but with the jacket you have to kind of finagle it so that way his jacket doesn't pull up too much. The elbow joints, though, they are not double jointed. He just has a single ball joint, so he gets a little more rotation, but less forwards and backwards. He also has, as usual, the ball joint at the wrist, though, so you get forward, backward, and 360 degrees of motion. And then I'm going to show you a little bit here of what I mean by his forearm and elbow joint. It does twist, which gives a little more options than usual. For the legs, they're about the same as what you'd expect, about 90 degrees forward, a little more than usual backward, at least compared to Flash and Reverse Flash. He does have a double jointed knee, and then his ankles probably have the most articulation that I've seen with any of the Mezco figures. He does have both upward and downward, and twisting left and right. And then he can actually twist his ankles 360 degrees, which I don't think I've seen in any of the current Mezco line. He does have a lot also in the abdomen. He can stretch all the way back and all the way forward. So they definitely put a lot of time and effort into the articulation of this figure, and I love how it's turned out so far. The only gripe still is just that head joint. Doo-doo! Alright, so we're going to take a look now at the accessories this figure came in, starting with his second head. You can switch out. It is more of a laughing head. His mouth is open, his hair is a little more all over the place, definitely is Looks a little cooler in my opinion than the base one, which just has the slick back with him smiling. It's a lot more of a crazed look. Same thing though, just all one piece with the head and neck. Then we're going to take a look at his other hands. He has a hand with a trigger finger, so you can have his gun in there. It is kind of more rubber than plastic, so it's very easy to get the gun in and out of his hand. Next is he has a kind of spread out fingers, kind of like he's presenting something, which is very Joker-esque, so I am definitely happy we got something along those lines. Then he has this last hand, which actually has a Joker playing card between the fingers. It's kind of a little difficult to make it look right. You have to kind of adjust his wrist, but I do like they added that. Next, we're going to take a look at his gun. His gun does have a lot of detail, and everything from the barrel of the gun down to the handle. It's just very, very impressive. And his last accessory, which is kind of disappointing you didn't get very many, are chattering teeth, which is really cool to add that, but I feel that the Joker should have had a crowbar, a cane. There's a lot of things that should have came with him that didn't, but these chattering teeth definitely are very detailed. The final accessory is the stand. Now this one I think is cooler than most of the others because instead of having just a simple logo, it does have just a bunch of ha-ha-ha's across it, which looks really cool. And then it does come with the adjustable arm, which has the different joints and the claw that can hold on to him. So that way if you want to pose him in any way, shape, or form up in the air, definitely gives you that option. Alright, well that's going to wrap it up for our review and unboxing of the Mezco 112 Joker. I personally think he turned out absolutely amazing. He's by far one of the most detailed figures they've done yet. I'm still extremely disappointed both in the neck joint and the amount of accessories he came in, but recently at San Diego Comic-Con they did say that they do have more variations planned to come out, so we'll see if maybe they improve on that. But as always, if you enjoyed our video, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and make sure to check out all the other great content we have here at Media Junkie. On episode 4, we will be taking a look at the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Mezco 112 Miles Morales Spider-Man. See you next time.